Get on. Let that wake up, get your mind right. Real talk, no fluff, no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. D.A.M.N, yeah, we coming at the right time. Some more news, like hook media, morning media just got dangerous.
Man, listen, hope all is well. Good morning to you. Let me know where you're checking in from. This should be a phenomenal day. It is Thursday, people, and we are approximately 24 hours away from the release of Shill Music, my brand new album featuring the runaway hit iPad Cheeks. What's happening with you? Let me know where you're checking in from. Tap in. Share this out with 10 people. I am so sorry I'm late. I had an emergency that could not have been helped. Lord have mercy. And it's always when I got something to do. It's always when I got something to do. It's never when I'm just sitting around reading comic books and doing like regular stuff. Nah. It's always right when I got a show to do. You know what I mean? Now I'm looking like I'm inconsistent. I'm looking like I'm lazy. I'm looking like I don't care about you. But you know that's not what it is. Listen, we're still rocking till 12 noon, and I don't want to waste a whole lot of time. I want to really talk about everything that is going on out here in the world that we need to pay attention to. I don't know if you've heard about this, and I want to put this in a way that's not going to sound disrespectful, but I'm really torn about what I'm about to share with you. What it do? FU2's in the building. Make sure you are regulating, sir. Art said, top of the damn morning, and audience, what's happening with you? What I'm going to show y'all now, right, is very important. Well, I mean, yeah, that's important, but that's not what I need to show y'all. This is gonna piss y'all off. I'm letting y'all know now. Ladies and gentlemen, the SCOTUS, and if y'all don't know what the SCOTUS is, I don't know where y'all been, but I'm gonna have to break this down for y'all. The SCOTUS is on one right now, and basically what's happening is the Supreme Court is weakening Voter Rights Act. And so again, I got so many things that I really want to say about this that it's pissed me off because we continue to pay attention to absolute nonsensical BS. But listen, instead of me talking about it, let's go ahead. The Supreme Court has weakened the tool of the Voting Rights Act that has helped root out racial discrimination in voting for more than half a century in a case concerning a Black majority congressional district in Louisiana. So the court's conservative majority, which is represented by Cleo Fields, said it was relied too heavily on race, according to what Chief Justice John Roberts says, right? He said that the district is a snake that stretches over 200 miles or 320 kilometers to link parts of Shreveport, Alexandria, Lafayette, and Baton Rouge. Of course, Bobblehead said, the Supreme Court has humiliated and dismantled the life's work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., John Lewis, and every man and woman who marched, bled, and died for Black Americans to have an equal right at the ballot box. Al Sharpton, you're rich. What you doing about it? Other than sitting there being a butter biscuit cone, what are you doing about it, sir? The plaintiffs argued that the Louisiana's second Black majority congressional district, drawn to correct a previously discriminatory map, has an unconstitutional racial bias and did not follow the standards of drawing a district, including compactness. So, for those of you who do not understand what the Voting Rights Act is, it was a big part of the civil rights movement, right? And basically, it could eliminate, like what they're trying to do right now is they're afraid they're going to eliminate Black and Latino districts and whatnot. My whole thing is, if all it takes is for them drawing some lines on the map to keep you from being active, you the problem. Because We need to be writing checks. We need to be letting them know what we will and will not do. And I hate to break this to y'all. I'm really sick of the Congressional Black Caucus. Because what have they done? What the hell have y'all done to even have an opinion on what I've been doing? What the hell have y'all won? Only thing they seem to be successful with is losing. You know, so again, if the Congressional Black Caucus was really for Black people, specifically foundational Black Americans, so that can somebody explain to me how immigrants, illegal immigrants, got more rights, you know, since their inception, and also explain to me why is it that the Stop Asian Hate bill got passed and the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act still is not a law? I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I want to know. I want to know. Someone's got to explain this to me. But this is what we're dealing with out here, folks. And people get mad when I start talking like this, but I'm waiting for somebody to tell me how I'm wrong. What has the Congressional Black Caucus done for Black people? Art said, also, we just passed laws for America to permit to permitlessly to see carry, and some states are fighting against our 2A common sense law. Gene Lee 185 says Hindu Hennessy was behind the Stop Asian Hate bill. Yeah, she took off them pearls and chucks. She stopped all that ski-wee and perm. And I'm one of you. What can be unburdened by Black people? I want to talk to my Asian people, and I want to let you know that Kami's on it. I am really sick of Dusty Nine. Sorry. What up? Certified salute to my homeboy FBA Convo in the building. What's happening? Have y'all grabbed y'all bundles yet? That's my question. Have you grabbed your bundles yet? You know, I'm up here right now. I got to set the mood. I got to change up the energy in here. I'm going to go ahead and light myself an incense because, you know, apparently when you have locks and you wear turbans, you got to light some incense and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? If I was a woman, I'd have waist beads apparently because I'm too conscious now. I'm way too pro-Black for people. And it's not even that I'm too pro-Black. I'm just anti-stupid. And I think that there's a lot of stupidity happening in the community. Kamala Harris ain't doing nothing for Black people. She's never going to do nothing for Black people. Shout out to my homeboy, Black Alpha. I'm trying to get him back on the show. Black Alpha was on our first show. Of course, he's one of the stars of Hidden Colors. I'm going to need y'all to send this out to 10 people. Pretty please. I don't ask y'all for much. You know what I'm saying? I always appreciate the super chats. I always appreciate the love, but I need y'all to come on and share this morning show because I'm doing this, you know, because I want y'all to have a place you can go where you can hear what's really happening in the news and what that means for our people. And a lot of times we're not getting the straight talk that we need. So that's why I always ask y'all, you know, what do you want from me? How can I help? I feel like Tyrese, what is it you want from me? But how do y'all feel about the Voting Rights Act? How you feel about your status as citizens? Is this more of a scare tactic? Is this more of Democrats feeling like they're losing their power? Like, I need to know where you are on this. I need y'all to sound off, talk to me, let me know how you're feeling about it, right? So this is what I need y'all to get. I'm here for a vote. I am. And voter dilution is a real issue. My issue, though, is if we're only talking about a vote and we're not talking about money. See, y'all keep treating America like it's a country. The United States is not a country. It's a corporation. And you know what corporations need? They need money. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to get. Like, they need money. And without the money, ain't nothing going, right? So what I'm trying to get y'all to understand is this does affect Black political power, but I don't think the Congressional Black Caucus is doing enough of a job. And I said this to Black Alpha, Tariq Nasheed, and Ant CEO when we were shooting Hidden Colors 6. I said, the same way that they have an anti-defamation league, we need to have an anti-foundational league, and we need to start educating people and taking them to the Hidden History Museum and showing them what we have done, what we've invented. We need to give them the type of education that other groups who have these kinds of organizations give. We don't have that. I really think Fat Joe was onto something when he didn't understand what foundational Black Americans were. He called us the Foundational Black Authority. I think we should be one, because they keep calling us a group. They keep calling us a movement. And at this point, since they so shook anyway, we might as well be like Redman in 96. I'll be that. I'll be that. Because what's happening right now is sickening to me. Yeah, I did see the Black Rock ordeal. I didn't have a chance to really dive into it the way I wanted to, but the power moves are crazy out here, but we need to do something. And yeah, I wholeheartedly agree, Breeze Omega. This is about Democrats losing their power. And my whole thing is Democrats would not have lost their power if they had done right by us. But they love to thank us. They love to send us out there with Megan Thee Stallion in a blue pantsuit, popping that thing. And I'm not necessarily mad at that, but I think there's a time and a place, and I don't think it's at a political rally. Talking about she just trying to reach the young people. You want to reach the young people, give them tangibles. You want to reach the young people, tell them that they're going to school for free on the government's dime, seeing as though their ancestors paid so much into this. What I found that was very interesting when we talk about reparations and things of that nature is that folks made a really good point, and I don't know who it was. It might have been the young man I had on yesterday, but he said it's so funny how people say, well, this person wasn't alive, and everybody alive right now didn't own a slave, and everybody who is alive right now is not a slave. And why should folks pay for something that they didn't do? And here's what I'm noticing: the number one movie in the world. Yeah, what up, Afro Nerd? The number one movie in the world is Michael Jackson, right? It's the number one movie in the world. Michael, it's the number one movie in the world. Michael Jackson has been dead for 17 years. Somehow his estate keeps making money. His heirs will continue to make money. The family of Michael Jackson will continue to make money, even though Michael Jackson's dead and gone. Hell, Jermaine Jackson just had another kid. That kid's a toddler. That kid don't know nothing about Michael Jackson other than what his family has taught that little boy. You understand what I'm saying to you? Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? Regardless of who was alive, the money was made. The money is still being made. Afro Nerd, I get it. You on your Black Wall Street odds thing, but you keep pushing it. You're going to have to run me a check, partner. And my whole thing is people don't want to talk about a debt that is owed. But it's funny. Let you be 3 car payments late. Whoever owns the lien on your car will automatically come and pick it up, even though that's not where you got it. They didn't get the dealership, but they're the one that has your title. See how that works? And that, to me, makes absolutely no sense. But that's what I be telling folks. That's why in Butter Biscuit Coons, off the fresh new album, Chill Music, I say, I feel, because that's how they start their sentences, because they automatically know that you love feelings more than you love facts. I am facts over feelings over here. I am receipts over noise. I am policy over nonsensical BS. And that's how we have to be if we're going to get anywhere in this country. Right. I also want to point out something to you that I think is extremely important. And I think it's something that we don't talk enough about. And that is what's happening with the Congressional Black Caucus. Are y'all tapped in right now? Like, are y'all with me? I need to make sure that I'm talking to people who care about what I'm trying to show them. You know what I'm saying? So this is what is, I think, very interesting. The Congressional Black Caucus is about to be in some trouble. And I don't mean that John Lewis good trouble. Look. Y'all see what I see? Tether mouth. I see a lot of tether mouth right there. Saw a lot of tether mouth right there. So when they gutted that quote unquote Voting Rights Act, and a lot of this is puffery, and a lot of this is fear mongering, and I'm not really big on that, but what Yvette Clarke said, who is the chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, is that members and Democrats are going to be fighting the effects of this ruling because the Supreme Court opened the door to a coordinated attack on Black voters across the country. Y'all should have had a coordinated effort for Black voters across the country saying, here's the tangibles we're going for this year. If you're not getting them, call your congressman, call your governor, call your state senator, call the office of the president of the United States. But they never say that, do they? They always say, I'm fighting for you. Look right now in the midterms, you see all these people running. And if they're Democrats, I'll guarantee you what's left of this 20-ounce cup of coffee, that somewhere in there, they're going to say they did this, they did that, and they're going to go take on Donald Trump. I have no ill will towards the Trump family, nor do I have any ill will towards the president of these yet to be United States, but I am sick and tired of people using Donald Trump as a reason to elect other people. Why not run on a policy? Why are you running on Orange Man bad? You want to know why? Because you got nothing, but you got tangibles for everybody else. You know, so I don't understand how that goes or why that's a thing, but it really pisses me off because every time I turn around, that's the nonsense that we're dealing with. And for me, it really bothers me. And yo, I'm going to tell you, yep, TZ's in the building. Yeah, they think we dumb because we have been. Respectfully, we have been dumb. We have been dumbed down, dumbed over, dumb AF, dumb diddy. Like, we have yet to understand. But I'm going to tell you something, regardless of what the Supreme Court pulled, respectfully, regardless of what changes are happening, regardless of what the Orange Man is or is not doing, the Congressional Black Caucus has been in trouble. Hi, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Trouble. Let me explain something to you. They're in trouble because we're realizing that they don't have anything tangible for us. They are in big trouble. I'm going to need y'all to like. I'm going to need y'all to share. What do I have to do? Blue Oxygen said, you'll never get anywhere until you stop playing the victim. Who's a victim? Bitch, I'm rich. Who's a victim? Me stating facts does not make me a victim. Matter of fact, let me help you out. Let me just help you out here, because apparently you want to be the show. So since you came to be the show instead of see the show, come on up here. There's a link. Come on up here and talk about victimhood. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I got time today. I have time. Since you want to talk about victimhood, bringeth thine ass to the front. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I'm really tired of people saying real greasy stuff in the comments and not wanting to come up here. Everybody is afraid because for the first time, we're delineating. For the first time, you know what we're doing? We're putting the American flag in our profiles. Matter of fact, if you're a foundational Black American, at the end of this show, I need you to go to your Instagram, your Facebook, whatever profile you have on social media, and you make sure you put that American flag up there. You put up hashtag FBA, you put up hashtag B1, because it doesn't mean, because this is the trick bag they try to do. It's just like what they did with Black Lives Matter. The organization is trash, but the methodology, the message behind that is still very important. And that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, by the way, the clock has started. Since you had so much to say about victimhood, the clock started. You have exactly 4 minutes. Blue Oxygen, you got 4 minutes to come up here, because we're going to see who a victim is. Please, I'm begging you. I don't want to echo chamber. I don't want to live in a vacuum. I believe we can disagree without being disrespectful, but what you don't get to do is place judgments and then not back them up with any types of facts or data. Just, I feel. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Nobody is a victim. And I'm trying to understand, if you're in here, the like button is free. The subscribe button is free. We're on our way to 100,000. I can't get there without you. Every foundational Black American, needs to be hip to this show. I don't care if you clip it. I don't care if you repost it. I don't mind any of that. As long as you're being respectful and you're getting the word out about the show, that's what I care about. please like and share the show. But the Congressional Black Caucus is super scared. They super scared because we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. So Clark has joined over a dozen of the 60 Black Caucus members, aka the Tether Nation, or the Tetherati, as I like to call them. And the Tetherati is out here doing tethery things and saying it's not clear how many seats will be ultimately affected by the ruling, but redistricting experts say it should be more than a dozen. Oops. Maybe if you spent a little bit more time taking care of your Black ass base, you wouldn't have these problems. Or is it just, am I tripping? Because listen, I want to know. I really want to know. Because I want to know where we are on this, because I want to pull this up. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Let's look at the, see, you will understand the tree by the fruit that it bears. This is the Congressional Black Caucus site. You can see it, cbc.house.gov/about. Since its establishment in 1971, the Congressional Black Caucus has been committed to using the full constitutional power, statutory authority, and financial resources of the federal government to ensure African Americans, whatever the hell that is, and other marginalized I'm sorry, I must have, it's early. Maybe the incense smoked and got in my eyes. Let me see the skin. Financial resources of the federal government to ensure African Americans and other marginalized communities in the United States have an opportunity to achieve the American dream. The caucus is chaired by Congresswoman Yvette D. Clarke. Of course, you got to throw her name in there. We do not care. As part of this commitment, the CBC has fought for the past 50 years to empower these citizens and address their legislative concerns by pursuing a policy agenda that includes, but is not limited to, reforming criminal justice. So we're all criminals? Combating voter suppression, girl, bye. Expanding to access world-class education from pre-K to post-secondary level. Where? Philadelphia schools are closing. Baltimore kids can't read on grade level. Georgia public schools is a mess. Where are you improving education from pre-K to post-secondary? Can somebody point it out to me? Anybody? Anybody? I'm waiting. I'm really trying to figure it out. Let's see here. Mr. Watson with the $9.99 super chat. Appreciate you. He said they don't want no real smoke with you, Brother Dave. They only want to talk trash in the comments. Get your refill. Listen, it's more than I ever get from you know who. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate your work. For real, I do. You already know. Ain't nothing but love over here, fam. And this is the point. Let's get back to reading this Babbage BS. Expanding, okay, we got that. Expanding access to quality, affordable healthcare, where Black women are still finding themselves on the other side of the dirt at a disproportionate amount than any other group in America from a medical perspective. What are we talking about? Eliminating racial health disparities? In the past 50 years, racial health disparities when it comes to what Black women have to endure is at an all-time high. It has only gone up. It has not gone down. Expanding 21st century technologies, including broadband. Well, that's funny because in the state of Tennessee, didn't Justin Pearson out there marching with his fake fro and his fake dashiki with his blue tie on, talked about how they have those data centers, those profit data centers for the AI generation, but they don't have any broadband, but it's his district. How did they get in here? Do you see how they play in your face? Where is Deborah Cox when you need her? How did you get here? Your ass ain't supposed to be here unless you cut a check and bought a Democrat. What are we doing? Expanding access to capital, lie, because less than 5% of all the SBA loans go to Black businesses. And even then, the disparity between how other people can get them and the qualifications and the hoops that you have to jump through, we're already coming in at 2 strikes. If you're Black and you're male, You can forget it. If you're black and you're a woman, you can forget it. You got to have so much money. You don't need an SBA loan in the first place. You got to have A1, A50 credit. And I'm being facetious and I'm being a little bit hyperbolic, but the point is the point. I'm trying to understand how y'all play like this. I'm really trying to understand. This is nothing but the tetherati. The tetherati is out of control. And you know what we should do? Let's see. I'm just curious. Do y'all think if I were to call right now, let's see if we can find. We're going to do this in real time. Let's pick up the phone. I'm really here to pick up the phone, people. Listen, captain of the pull-up team is reporting for duty. So let's see here. Yes, hi, this is Dave Anderson. I was calling to see if it's possible to have a conversation with Representative Clark.
She's not available at the moment, and we do typically, for anyone trying to schedule a meeting to speak with her specifically, we do refer people to the website to try to schedule a meeting with her.
Okay, this is more of a. I'm sorry, I'm a journalist. This is Dave Anderson from Dave Anderson Morning News. We're syndicated in about 45 markets. I'm trying to see if we can get her an interview. So who do I need to talk to in order to make that happen?
We typically. Sorry, let me just. Because we have separate emails for if it's just like scheduling events or if it's just press inquiries. Let me just
yeah, because not only that, I'm a constituent, so I'm really trying to see because my audience has a bunch of questions, especially with everything going on with the redistricting and things of that nature. We just want to find out how we can help the Congressional Black Caucus make some moves in order to fight the good fight. And I think we need to get the message out there, especially, with our people not knowing what's going on. The midterms are extremely important. So.
That's completely understandable. Okay. So I can give you the email of our press secretary or our director of communications. And that's sort of helps liaise, anything involving specifically news outlets or journalistic inquiries or anything like that. So I can provide that information with you if that's.
Yeah, that would be great. See if we can write this down, fam. All right.
Okay, so our director of communications, her email is Jessica Myers. So her name is Jessica Myers. So her email is Jessica. So JESSICA Myers, which is MYERS. At mail.house.gov.
At mail.house.gov. Awesome. And who am I speaking with?
My name is James.
James, that was my grandfather's name. You must be a good man, James.
And then I can also provide our press secretary's email as well. He does handle some of the more so the digital side of communications, but I can provide you with his email as well.
That would be great.
Yes, his name is Dan Kalmowitz, so it's D.A.N. Kalmowitz, which is KALMOWITZ at mail.house.gov.
All right. I really appreciate that, James. You are a wealth of information. I don't care what they say about you. You are right with me.
All right. Is there anything else that I can provide you at this time, or?
No, that's about it. I don't really think, other than what we have, that's all we can get, because the questions I need answered are going to have to come from Representative Clark herself. But I appreciate your help and your assistance, James. Thank you so much.
Of course. Again, thank you for calling in. I really do hope you have a good rest of your day. Okay?
You too. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Let me explain something to y'all. Nope. We calling because that's what Roland won't do. The Congressional Black Caucus. Nope. Listen, captain of the pull-up team, I'm not playing these games. Shout out to April Shower. Stay consistent. Don't worry about the haters. Oh, I never do. Iceman said, "Cook the damn door, wave in the 4-4. All you heard was Dave Dole hit a snowball. Wake that ass up. Stay on all next. Hashtag B1, hashtag cut the check." Listen, Linda, listen. That's where we are. We're not playing these games, but I want to give y'all a compare and contrast. So let me lower myself. I want to give y'all a compare and contrast real quick because let's see here. Congressional. So APA ICS. Are y'all familiar with APA ICS? You probably aren't because you would have no reason to be. This is the Asian Pacific American Institute for Congressional Studies, basically the Congressional Asian Caucus. Their mission is nonpartisan, let's see here. What is it? I gotta go catpac.gov. Hold on. No, don't want that. Here we go. catpac.house.gov. About us. Let's just go because I'm doing it in real time. Purpose, mission, and goals. That's where your mission statement is. The Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus, CAPAC, is comprised of members of Congress of Asian, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander descent. So this is Bruno Mars's caucus. Currently chaired by Congresswoman Grace Meng, CAPAC has been addressing the needs of the AAN HPI community in all areas of American life since it was founded in 1994. It is nonpartisan and bicameral. So their purpose is to ensure legislation passed by the United States Congress to the greatest extent possible provides the full participation of Asian Americans, Native Americans, Pacific Islanders, and reflects and concerns and needs of the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander communities. It don't say a damn thing about other marginalized groups. Are you picking up what Dave is throwing down? I need y'all to get the likes up because I feel like I'm talking to myself right now. I'm trying to understand. I'm really trying to understand. Y'all see how specific they are? You see how quickly they delineate? You see how quickly they say, I'm here for my people. When we do it, it's a problem. Y'all make it make sense to me. Make it make sense to me. Help me. Somebody. No. Let's no. We're going to keep this going. Because y'all think it's a game out here. Nope. I'm going to show you how they play in your face because they know you ain't going to do nothing. This is the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. You can see chc.house.gov. The Congressional Hispanic Caucus was founded in December 1976 as a legislative service organization of the United States House of Representatives. Today, the CHC is organized as a congressional member organization governed by rules of House of Representatives. The CHC addresses national and international issues and crafts policies that impact the Hispanic community. The function of the caucus is to serve as a forum for the Hispanic members of Congress to coalesce around a legislative collective agenda. The caucus is dedicated to voicing and advancing through the legislative process issues affecting Hispanics in the United States, Puerto Rico, and the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. And I'm not mad. You see how everybody else has specificity, and with us, it's always people of color, marginalized groups, so on and so forth. Bibbidi bobbidi bop 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 bop. Oh, Ronald has something to say. Hi, Ronnie. Come on up here so I can educate your ass. I just got into politics and it shows. Apparently, Obama didn't feel that way. Apparently, Bush 1 and Bush 2 didn't feel that way. But you bring your ass up here. Bring your ass up here, Ronnie. You got so much to say. Y'all got so much to say. Those. You got any politics? Bring your ass up here. You're 4 minutes. Come on. I just got into politics and it shows. That's funny. You know how long my family's been in politics? Do you know how many mayors I've gotten elected? Do you know how many? Oh, there's only been one. This is insane. But this is what I be talking about. Y'all talk real greasy about things that y'all don't know. Super chat alert. Shout out to YGL with the $49.99 super chat. Said Democrats do not care about voting rights. They only care about us being political slaves, because when you tell them that you will exercise your right to vote for the opposite party, in turn, open the borders and get a whole new voter base. Listen, let it marinate. Y'all notice that old boy talking about all that. He ain't here. He ain't pop up yet. See, everybody got something to say until it's time to have something to say. Everybody got all this mouth till it's time to do more than run your mouth. I'm trying to figure out what presidents have you gotten elected. I'm trying to figure out what mayors have you gotten appointed. What city council presidents have you put in place? What black grassroots organizations have you built? What travesty of justice have you stopped? How many murders have you solved? How many cases have you gotten reopened? Not as many as I have. So, like, what is we talking about? I hate you so much. LS says, Dave, you better stop cracking on Bruno Mars, or the Jets from the 80s is going to crush on you. I don't have an issue with the Jets for two reasons. Number one, the Jets never tried to be anything but what they are. They were Polynesian R&B singers. I ain't had no issue with that. They never dressed like black people. And the funny thing is, for those of you who do not know the Jets had a bunch of hits, but one of my favorites is Rocket to You. And that song was rejected by Kool and the Gang. But to this day, it's one of my favorite songs. Baby, I can rock it to you. Let me tell you something. Bruno Mars can never do what the Jets do. I'm just upset that the Jets have split to a point where there's like 3 different versions of the Jets running around today. Yeah. And that's the thing. The Congressional Black Caucus is not our people. They are tethers. You can hear when they talk it out. Tear the mouth, tear the mouth. What up? Jupiter says, good afternoon, Dave. I'm glad FBAs or new grassroots now is moving away from the boule shills like I'm a conservative that leans right. However, the Democrats have ruined black folks. Listen, as a conservative, I am not mad at you. 100%. That doesn't mean that I think every problem is going to be solved by Republicans. But what I'm saying is I want somebody to come to the table. If you ain't come to the table and you ain't got no tangibles for me, man, listen, I ain't trying to hear a damn thing you got to say. I just don't. But I just want y'all to see every other group. Every other group. I know y'all ain't going to believe this. I know y'all not going to believe this. Let me see something here. So I'm trying to. Let me show y'all this. This is from Representative Rosa DeLauro. And this is from December 2024. Italian Americans are an integral part of the nation's diverse cultural makeup. Growing up in Wooster Square, the heart of New Haven's Italian American community, I learned the value of hard work, faith, family, responsibility, and community. These values were present everywhere in our neighborhood, from the religious societies to our own kitchen table. I am grateful for my colleagues at the Italian American Congressional Delegation for putting their trust in me to lead our community in Congress. Let's go. Nope. Let's go. Go, gadget, go. I'm trying to find their actual site, and that's what I'm not seeing just yet. So, but the point of it is, everybody else has something. Let me see if I can find it here. Nope. Mm-mm. Everybody's got something. The mission of the National Italian American Foundation is to celebrate and advance the inspiring achievements, uplifting values of the Italian culture and presence in America, and to strengthen and empower ties between the United States and Italy. See, everybody else, I feel like a daggone Backstreet Boy right now. Everybody. What is we doing? What is we doing, people? Like, at what point? Yo, FU2 said, he caught the reference. Inspector Gadget was a great cartoon. I'll get you, Gadget, next time. I love Dr. Claw. I thought Dr. Claw was dope. I'm trying to understand. I'm really trying to understand. Art said, the more you dig, the more we look like clowns. But the part is people that speak for us, but don't grow up in the same place or have the same culture. Big red flags, and we not upset enough. Don't tell the block what the block should do from $1 million view. And people talking about why did I do an album? That's why, because y'all not catching it. First class citizen with the $5 super chat salute said the message is we have to get is politics is a business and has to be treated like that. Like quid pro quo. That's how other groups have treated politics. We've treated it like it's a tradition. We treat it like how I treat it when an Avengers movie is coming. We tell everybody, hey dog, you know the Avengers is coming. Y'all know the Avengers is coming. Yeah, Dr. Doom. Like, they got Robert Downey Jr. to play Dr. Doom. Like, yo, we got to hit the theater. We got to see it in IMAX. Y'all have mobilized more for Black Panther and Michael Jackson's movie than you have for your own communities. When, I'm sorry, and I'm not trying to be funny, but the only way y'all will catch it is to understand Jamal Bryant is making money. Freddie Haynes is making money. All these pastors is making money. What is you doing? This is what I don't get. This is what I don't get. I really want to know how we get to a place where we understand politics. And I'm not going to sit up here and Roland Martin you and call you a dumbass. But what I am saying to you is we've got to be a little bit more politically astute than we currently are. Don't sell me hope in a velvet room. Like, I need, let me be clear. Can y'all hear me? I need somebody to talk back to me. I need a, we hear you, Dave. I need some fire in the chest. I really need to have a conversation with you as my family. I really do. Because I need to say this so that we're clear. I love you. Like, you're my people. I think we are the most beautiful, most talented, most diverse group that has ever lived. I think we have done more for humanity than humanity will ever give us credit for. But the one thing we have not mastered is our leverage. We love talking about, we walk around like a bunch of Stephen A. Smiths. And when I say that, that is no disrespect to the great Stephen A. Smith. I mean, that man can quote stats. That man can tell you who's doing what. It does not matter the sport. We love quoting, we got, $2.3 trillion in spending power. Yeah, that's the headline. I need you to read the article, because the article would tell you that includes your rent money, your gas money, daycare, housing, food, entertainment. Yeah, but see, that also includes your responsibilities. So it's not just, oh my God, we got all the spending power. We'd be the 16th greatest nation on the face of the planet. We're in the #1 nation on the face of the planet. Adolf Caesar was one of my favorite actors. In The Color Purple, he tells his son, hey, you know what the problem is? You're sitting at your own dinner table and you're acting like a waiter. This country, family, this country is our dinner table. And for the past 250 years, we have acted like waiters in a restaurant that we should have dominion over. Truth be told, we ain't much better than Chef Maryland when you think about it. We let everybody else have control of what it is that we do. We let everybody else tell us how to feel, how to think, how to walk, how to talk, and we do not do it for ourselves. And quite frankly, respectfully, I am sick and I am tired. I am tired of fat, pudgy, rich-ass people like Roland Martin sitting around complaining about go to my iPad. Come out the closet. Show what you do other than talking about HBCUs, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And that's no diss to the Alphas, because I know a whole lot of Alphas is tired of his shenanigans. I am sick and tired of people sitting there. Respect to one of the greatest performers of all time. Respect to Whoopi Goldberg's body of work. I loved seeing a black face in Star Trek other than a horror. When I saw Star Trek The Next Generation and Whoopi was serving drinks like Sam Malone and Cheers, I was here for it. When I was a kid and I watched Captain Planet and she played Gaia, the spirit of the earth, I was here for it. When she did Jumping Jack Flash, I was here for it. When I was a kid and I watched my father watch her and Robin Williams and Billy Crystal do comedy performances on HBO, I was here for it. What I am not here for is how no matter what Democrats say, she go right along with it. Oh, please, welcome the next president of the United States, because she cares more about ovarian vaginal Americans than she cares about the people, and telling the people, listen, whether you are a Democrat or a Republican, you're going to have to serve the people, not just the people who are pale-faced, not just the people who are illegal. And there are such things as illegal people. And I'm tired of y'all saying, it's illegal, and nobody's illegal on stolen land. This country was conquered. Stop with the stolen land stuff. Somebody came here, left the door open, and got conquered. That's what happens when you don't protect your borders. Someone will conquer you. And when you do not understand history, ladies and gentlemen, you are doomed to repeat it. But y'all just let Sleepy Joe and Bathtub Greens Kamala open the floodgates so that, what did the president say? They're not sending their best. They're sending criminals. And y'all didn't listen. Y'all said it was racist. But look at these Venezuelans. Look what happened in Chicago to that one lady. They ran up in her house. Look at how many apartment complexes these illegals have come from. And that's not just the brown illegals or the black illegals or the yellow illegals. Let's talk about the white illegals too. Let's talk about how there's a bunch of Ukrainian illegals over here. Let's talk about how there's a bunch of Canadian illegals over here. Everybody needs to go. If you are not a U.S. citizen, you need to go. I'm sorry if that offends somebody. I'm sorry if that makes y'all feel some type of way. But actually, I'm not.
Yeah, turn the bass up. This is math, and y'all hate math when the receipts got rhythm. Pack 'em up, send 'em out of here. Log out of line, don't pretend to disappear. Step over FBA, then pose like you care. Nah, pack 'em up, send 'em out here. Round 'em up, nah, law 'em up. Check the books, call them up. If the papers ain't right, don't stall them up. Pack them up. Y'all done talked enough.
Period, point blank. Listen, Shill Music in stores tomorrow. Pack their asses up. Get them out of here. Barbara Jordan told y'all in 1995, when I was 17 and a half years old, the greatest threat to foundational Black Americans is illegals having an influx into this country. I know that makes y'all, I know some of y'all, because y'all love what's the word I'm looking for? Y'all love nonsensical BS. Y'all really do. Joe Biden said this country is doomed because Black Americans, and then he said that in front of Al Sharpton and Kamala, and they ain't do nothing. Go back to your country. You know what I love about Mexico? Mexico said if there's any Americans here who have overstayed their visas and they did not renew them, they're packing them up. Pack them up, get them out of here. Listen, I promise you, everybody but us understands this. FU2 said, there's an elementary school that was built in my neighborhood about 6 years ago. Every time I walk by it, I never see any Black American kids. It's all Indian, Mideast, Hispanic kids going there. And I don't mind that. What I do mind is the fact that everybody else seems to benefit from what we have put up, what we have done, how we have done it, and the way we have made for people. And when we bring that to their attention, all of a sudden, we're being divisive. And to quote Kanye West, Houseway, there's some people who want to stay in Mexico. If I have to think about whether or not the water is going to give me dysentery, I'm good, homie. I'm good. That's just me, though. Canada is packing them up. That's right. Don't you know? It's about time to get your ass back to the States. Sorry. Sleepy Joe had in there and said, hey, if you're thinking about having a hard time trying to decide between me and Trump, you ain't Black. That's what he said, bucking his eye. Kit Cash says, how much is your album? It depends. If you get the package, we got the package comes with like physical stuff, books, posters, all that type of stuff. Or you can just get the album, you know, when it drops tomorrow. I think it's like $15, something like that. Art said, oh, I got my Tijuana water experience when I was a kid. Listen. The Lost Cause is trendy. Said, I quit working for USCIS because I saw them treat immigrants better than us. I'm sorry. Ghana said, Ghana is shipping out the Nigerians. Yeah, so don't talk to me about that Pan-African BS either. Y'all can fall for that Umar mess if you want to. Y'all can fall for that Umar. You can fall for that Umar mess if you want to, my brothers. You can fall for that Umar mess if you want to, You can fall for that Umar mess if you want to, my brothers. But if Ghana is shipping out the Nigerians, then my question is, why are they telling us to come home? Because it's a gag. It's the same hustle that America runs on foundational Black Americans. Because we get the hood, and the hood has value because those houses have been there for a while. And then they tell us that we need to move one up like George and Wheezy. So what do? We go to the suburbs, and guess who moves into the hood? Not us. What did Michael Jackson say? All I want to say is that they don't really care about us. No, the show did not end, child. Please, what? Acknowledge your tribal chief, Disco Kryptonite. Acknowledge your tribal chief. Listen, you got to love it. First Class Citizen says, Sleepy Joe is such a staunch racist who wrote the 94 crime bill. Let that sink in. And Clinton signed it into law and then blame Black people for it. Y'all wanted this. That's like, and there's a lot of contention as to whether or not the Willie Lynch letter actually was a real thing. But what it says is still powerful. Like, there's so many things. If you make people feel like they have some type of choice, Bill Clinton was like, no, you know, the Black pastors, they all, listen, I was getting some sloppy toppy in the Oval Office, but I remember this. The Black pastors, y'all did this. But see, when they're friendly and they play the saxophone, y'all fall for that. When they play basketball but can't dance, y'all fall for that. When they say they carry hot sauce in their purse, you fall for that. And then when you get called out on it, you say, is the pandering working? Because they know you're a sucker. They know you're a simp. They know that you're not going to do anything. Your captain, that would be me, captain of the pull-up team, I am, no. Let me tell you something. We ain't doing it. Iceman is so evil. He said, Teasy, you must be lying. They can't ship them out. That would be divisive. Let me explain something to you. FU2 said, I remember now saying he wanted to go to Africa and Belly. First thing I thought was, what country in Africa? And why would you want to leave here to go anywhere else? Let me tell you something about Nas. One of my favorite rappers of all time. I think he's one of the greatest lyricists who has ever lived. He is a writer for foundational Black Americans. He don't like the tether Nazi at all. And I'm here for it. Yeah, China wants to land. Nobody wanted that crime bill. No, it's not that we wanted it, Art, because Art says they didn't want it. They did want it. They didn't see the fine print in it. No, what happened was the DNC and the Congressional Black Caucus went to all the black mayors and all the black pastors and told them to tell us that we needed this because crime was out of control. And what did nothing they could do? So yeah, when you get sold a bill of goods and somebody's talking that real good stuff, that's how y'all got suckered into this school grift. That's all. That's how y'all got suckered into that. The church. And then once they realized that worked, not trying to be funny, but about 12 years later, they introduced something called the FBI. I'm sorry. Faith-based initiatives. Bloop. Like, what is we talking about? 4TZTV says, I grew up in the Bay Area and I remember Kamala trying to pick up parents for child's truancy, and her misconduct in the DA's office was legendary. But that's who y'all want. That's who y'all want. Yo, shout out to Nas, man. Yep, I'm not surprised to hear that all day. I expect the GOAT to be on GOAT business. Absolutely. Listen, all I'm saying is, and it's so crazy. Do you know that Klay Thompson's barber and Nas's barber is the same dude? All I'm saying is Klay just got a fresh cut if y'all care. Yeah. Yeah. But see, that's the thing. Nobody talks about that because y'all just love this woman so much. Even though she tells you how much she loves you, she don't show you no love. When Joe Biden told the CBC on a Zoom meeting after he won, thank you for electing me, but y'all gonna have to talk to the Hispanic community if y'all want to get anything done. That's it. Yep. The FBI, faith-based initiatives. But I thought we was doing separation of church and state. What happened? That's all I'm saying. The government, the government owns the church now. See, if you own the church, then you own the people. Let me stop that. If you own the church, especially the black church, then you own the women. That's why if you look, the majority of black people who go to the black church are single women. And they talk about, oh, Lord, you can't do this. And why y'all saying that? And da-da-da. They don't care about nothing else but women. And their pastor continues to run the con job. If there's somebody above me in my house, I won't be in my house. Go ahead and talk all that pastor babble you want. All that bishop BS you want. It ain't going to be with Dave. LS said, Klay with the fresh cut and gave Megan the horse a fresh fade. Man, listen. All I'm saying is every time you turn around, the church women are the same ones who will sit here and talk about ain't no good men. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Y'all keep going to the clubs to find freaks. All the freaks are right where they need to be Sunday morning between 7 and noon. And the only thing freakier than a church girl is a preacher's kid. Cold Crush said, they know that the women are the easiest to manipulate. That's why they always attack them first. And the child is going to stick closest to the mother naturally. Facts. FU2 said the black churches my family members go to in Harlem are on life support, and the majority of the members are women over 60. Yes, because they're in God's waiting room. That's it. And a lot of these folks are more heavenly minded and they're absolutely no earthly good. So, yeah, I know Klay's Caribbean. The point wasn't, I wasn't bigging him up like he was FBI. I was just saying ironically, because, he's in the news, so on and so forth. But let's switch gears up for a minute. Can we just switch gears up for a minute? Because I don't want to just stay in politics all damn day, because that's enough to drive me up a wall. I ain't gonna hold you, because a lot of times just talking about this really pisses me off. I can't believe I just did that. That was stupid. Dave, I'm telling you, man. What up, Gerald? Good to see you. Let me help you out. This is a big one. I want to make sure y'all can see the screen real quick. Make sure I hook the screen up for y'all real quick. Now, where did I get it? Okay, so here we go. Look at this. Shout out to Jam Master Jay. RIP to Jam Master Jay. When I tell y'all, I remember being in college and Run DMC came to the dorm. Not came to the dorm, they came to the school. And I was so like excited. I love Run DMC. 2 years ago, a friend of mine asked me to say some MC rhyme. So I said the rhyme I'm about to say. The rhyme was deaf, and then it went this way. Listen, sorry. A New York man on Monday pled guilty to taking part in the 2002 murder of pioneering hip-hop star Jam Master Jay of the famed group Run DMC over a dispute over a rug deal, according to federal prosecutors. So Jay Bryant, 52 years old, admitted to playing a role in the fatal shooting of Jason Mizell, better known as Jam Master Jay, and faces up to 20 years in prison. Listen, good. Get him out of here. RIP to Jam Master Jay, man. Have y'all ever seen Tougher Than Leather? Phenomenal movie if y'all ain't got nothing better to do. Just here to tell y'all that. It's like that, and that's the way it is. Huh. Yeah, hold that L. What up, Gerald Dave? Always killing the media game. I'm doing the best I can. Listen, that's good stuff right there. I went to his DJ school just because of him. Absolutely. Jam Master Jay was what that was, man. I remember seeing Crush Groove. I was like, yo, this is the coolest group ever. I'm DMC in the place to be. Listen. And then Run was trying to get with Sheila E., but Blair Underwood got it. Listen. First class citizen said exactly, Brother Dave, and a lot of them are the pastor's thoughts. Listen. That's all. All right, so tell them about the 501c3 in the church and how they're able to get untaxed money. Damn near able to launder money if they don't already. Oh, you mean like how Umar does it? Oops. Yeah, every church, if you're an established church, you have a 501c3, which is a nonprofit distinction, which means you can do whatever you want to do. And nonprofit doesn't mean broke. Nonprofit doesn't mean that folks don't make money. The United Way is a nonprofit. I'm gonna give you an example. So for example, right? This is what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. See, this is how they play the game, right? So this is a website called Charity Watch, right? So the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, the CEO of that nonprofit is Selwyn Vickers. Dr. Selwyn Vickers makes $6,979,162. Robert Stone, City of Hope, makes $5.4 million. Nancy Brown of the American Heart Association, $4.5 million. John McCabe, Shriners Hospitals for Children, $4,753,000. Jeffrey Drebin, Dr. Jeffrey Drebin of the Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, $2.9 million. Let's see here. Let's keep going because I want y'all to. Okay, James L. Clark of the Boys and Girls Club National Office, $2.2 million a year. Karen Knudsen of the American Cancer Society, $2.1 million a year. John C. Mayer, Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, $1.9 million. So when we talk about nonprofits, the CEO is still getting paid. You see this? That's what I be trying to tell y'all. Like they play in your face. It really is a trick game. What somebody said. Iceman said, what's scary is when Kama Sutra's name first in the national headlines, it was from folks in the Bay who put me onto her treachery. But one good DNC brainwashing later, they stopped caring about her history. Yeah, no, that's the past. Whenever Democrats do something, oh, that was the past. Joe, he misspoke. It was a long time ago. Oh, okay. Because the only people who can change and do right are Democrats. It really starts to bug you after a while. North Memphis that's like saying all men are gay and using a homosexual as an example comparison of a fake church. Apparently you want some too. Come on up here. Come on. Come on. Come on up here. Come on, North Memphis. North Memphis 48. Come on. Come on. Come on. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. That's the link. Come on, North Memphis. No. Don't be shy. Come on down. You're the next contestant on Get This Work. Clock starts. We waiting. Because y'all will defend tooth and nail the black church. Y'all will defend it. How do I get it? Do you not see that there's a link right there, North Memphis? There's a link, buddy. Come on. Come on, we ain't got all day. We don't have all day, bud. Come on. Come on, boo-boo. Come on. It's not that hard. Click the link. This is not that hard. Come on. Still waiting. See, that's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. He probably need his grandson or somebody to help him get in here. It ain't that hard. Click the link. It's not. Click the link in my bio and get this work. Smoke show is whenever somebody want it. Like when y'all say stupid stuff in my chat, I'm going to invite you up. 2 minutes. Don't talk greasy and not prepared to get washed. Still waiting. Do y'all need like Video Professor or something? Like it's not that hard. This like YouTube has a website. Like there's a website. You just take the link that I just put up. Come on. Because you figured out how to march your nasty, greasy thumbs into my chat. Figure out how to pull up so that we can run these numbers. Come on, man. It's bad enough I ain't got but 14 minutes left of this show because I had to do something today. But see, you won't come up. And that's what I'm talking about. Don't talk tough in the comments. I'm clicking. It's one click. Let's go. Let's go.
Sleeping pools. Yeah. They told us to bow our heads while they counted the money. They told us the meek gonna inherit the earth. Meanwhile, they inherited the parking lot, the building fund, the vote, and the cameras. Come on. Sleep in peace. That's what they teach. Pray for the crumbs, don't ask for the feast. Sleep in peace. Stay on your knees, shout in the church, then go home weak. Sleep in peace. Hands in the air, bills on the table, but nobody cares. Sleep in peace. That's what they preach. Keep us emotional.
How is it not responding?
They gave us a tambourine instead of a blueprint.
I'm trying to understand how it don't work. Everybody else has no problem getting up here. How is it not responding? These sound like excuses. Come on, everybody's waiting. The doors of the church of Put My Foot on Your Neck are now open. Won't you come on in? Come on. We're boys the men we need. Do you really want to rock tonight? Come on, come on, come on, come on. And if you're feeling that the time is right, come on, come on, come on, come on. I know the link works because I'm looking at the link. I'm in the link. Y'all know what I smell, right? Y'all know what I smell.
Yo, I'm on.
Yo, what up, TZ? I see you, homie.
Hey,
I'm waiting for my man. So the link worked.
Man. Yeah, he bullshitting. He bullshitting.
The link
Yeah,
worked.
he bullshitting. Because I pressed it one time and he ain't fucking with it. He ain't fucking with it, bro.
No, he ain't messing with it
Look,
because they scared.
And I'm in my work truck. So he's scared, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and drop back down. I'm gonna just drop back down, man, just to prove a point that motherfucker he a biatch.
Thanks, TZ. See you in a minute, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. What did 50 Cent say? I don't want no problems. But if you say you want a problem, I say no problem. So TZ literally just clicked the same link I just put in there, and he got up here. Where are you at? Do you know what Jesus said to his disciples before he rode into Jerusalem? Bring me that ass. But you won't, because you can't defend what the black church has done to black people since the civil rights movement. The black church is the black church in name only. It belongs to the government. It belongs to the pimps. It belongs to the deacon board. It belongs to everybody but the people. And for those of you who are running around here, because I'll just talk to you in here, because your punk ass just don't know how to get up here. That's fine. Jesus never wanted a church. He wanted an ecclesia. The difference is a church has doors. An ecclesia is always open. The church continues to take from the community. $33 million every single Sunday. The link is sitting right there at the drop the link again. I'm right there. I didn't move it. Thank you. Thank you. Drop the link again. How do you not see the link is right there? Play this game with me. It don't take that long. See, the difference is y'all not used to somebody telling y'all to y'all face the absolute truth. See, again, I am unbought and unbossed. The same way that they got a daggone ATM in a foyer is the same way that when Jesus saw the money changers, he flipped over the table and said, you turn my father's house into a den of thieves. Show me, by and large, how we're better off because of the black church today in 2026. I'm waiting. Over here stalling. TZ in a damn work truck. Driving, he clicked the link with no problem. Where you at? See, that's the problem. We got too many soft-ass butter biscuit coons running around here. Every Sunday. Yes, Gerald Jones. Every Sunday. Every single Sunday. Scream at your boy. What up, Dave? Salutes to the FBA. Your thoughts on non-FBA content creators using USA content creators to critique FBA culture on YouTube for clout? Here's my thoughts. For me, if anybody's got a critique and the critique is legitimate, I don't give a googod fart. As long as people are respectful, I don't care. It's when you stop being respectful that it's a problem. So, again, is there a point? Because for me, it's very simple. I do a bunch of shows. Some of those shows have non-FBA people, white people, Hispanic people. I'm still me. And I have every right as a foundational Black American to hold my people accountable. Y'all do this thing where y'all don't like to talk about it in front of company, but we talk about everything else in front of company. Where is the discrimination? Where is the couth? Where is the understanding and the humility when you're having a show like Baddies, when you got Love and Hip Hop, when you got 22 seasons of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, 7 seasons of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Are you serious? Nah, sorry. Appreciate the $5 super chat. I'm trying to figure out who Scream at Your Boy is referring to. Because if and it's me, and I pray that's not what you want. There it is. I love smoke so much, I got incense. The hell we talking about? Ain't none. That's the problem with black people. Y'all feel like y'all above reproach. Can't nobody say nothing about black women. Can't nobody say nothing about the black community. Can't nobody say nothing about the fact that we don't have a patriarchy, even though our women are telling us there's a patriarchy. There's no patriarchy in the black community. We have not had a patriarchy in the black community for 65 years. I am 48 years old. I ain't never experienced a patriarchy if it wasn't for my father. God rest his soul. So what is we talking about? Have y'all figured out? Have y'all figured out the fact that Memphis can't bring his ass up here? If you don't take your Bill Street walking rib tip ass on this damn live, where you at? Iceman says, are we going to talk about how Dr. Vernon Johns was MLK before MLK? No, he was greater than MLK. And they were so scared of him that they went and got a kid named Martin King to replace him because he was teaching group economics. I talked about it on the Breakfast Club. Probably one of the reasons that interview will never see the light of day. And I told people, if Charlemagne is Martin Luther King, I'm Vernon Johns. Because they wanted the chaos. They just wanted the chaos in a form that they could control. Respectfully. But y'all are a bunch of bell hooks, Alice Walker reading, sap happy, shade tree ass house coons that never want any smoke outside of the comment section. I'm still here. North Memphis ain't coming. Because if and he was, he'd have been here already. He's wasting time. He's trying to run down the clock. Yeah, I understand what the dominant society does, live log, but I'm talking specifically about our community. We know what they did. Well, I understand that play. I wrote a whole book called The Real Black Agenda. It's sweeping the nation. Lavisha Jones says, I'm still looking for that interview with the Breakfast Club. www.thebusinessbully.com/Breakfast Club. How are you trying? Can or cannot, do or do not. There is no try. It's not working. You copy the whole link and you put it in the chat. You copy the whole link. I put it in the chat, Memphis. Come on, boo-boo cakes. This really is not that hard. TZ did it. Just admit that you're afraid to get watched publicly. Just admit that you're afraid that I'm going to clip this up and it's going to go viral because you're sitting up here defending a feminized, soft ass, moist ass situation. Yeah, he trolling. You have exactly 60 seconds. Otherwise, I will boot and block you and ban you from my show. Period, point blank. Never to be heard from again. Mm-hmm. 30 seconds. I'm trying. Sit down. It's not working, bro. It works everywhere else. And this is the problem. Bet you was raised by a single mom. Where you at, though? I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because I know he old. Dr. Mad Hatton, the white man said I click before he does. And that's the problem. A lot of y'all are softer than drugstore cotton and ain't even worth the ancestors having me pick you. This is why we don't get nowhere. Because of soft, emasculated, ballless men like this. Let me help you out. Here's what we're going to do. Let's do it like this. Here we go. I'm going to do you one better. Nope. Now you ain't got no excuse because you on a phone with your bitch ass. Call the number. Call the number. I'm waiting. I got two phones, one for the plug and one for the load. I got two phones. Come on. Since you don't know how to operate on the internet, but you got time to talk in the comments. Come on. Let's go. I guess his phone don't work, huh? His phone don't work? Because I don't have it on Do Not Disturb. Where you at? Numbers in the chat. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Hello. Hey, what's up? All right, Ahmed, go ahead, defend the black church. What was my comment on MLK? What was disrespectful about it? That's not what I said. Try again. A few days. How old are you, sir?
50 years old.
You are 50 years old and you've never heard of Vernon Johns. Sure. Uh-huh.
But not until 3 days ago.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay. So Vernon Johns was the pastor who preceded Martin Luther King. And what I said, and this is a fact, and if you think I'm lying, you can go to Amazon and you can purchase a movie called The Vernon Johns Story starring the late, great James Earl Jones. What Vernon Johns was doing was teaching group economics. He was teaching black independence. He was talking about what black people need to do in order to establish themselves in a country that continues to play in their face. The board got very upset because he took a lot of the church land and turned it into farming. He also took the basement of the church and turned it into a store. And they got rid of Vernon Johns because he wasn't going back down. He wasn't afraid of white people. He carried a gun. He was about that life. And they replaced him with somebody they can mold, somebody who was younger, somebody who was not going to rabble rouse. And that person happened to be the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was barely 22 years old at the time. How is that being disrespectful? And before you answer that, not only am I the president of Martin Luther King High School class of 95, not only have I done work for the King family, my father protected Martin Luther King on the March on Washington. So please tell me how I'm disrespecting Dr. King by speaking facts. Go.
Now that's kind of a mishmash of, you know.
No, I don't know.
That's a mishmash. That's not correct.
Well, then what is correct with somebody you heard of 2 days ago? Tell me how I'm wrong.
No, I'm talking about really on Martin Luther King's back. What do he have to do? No, I don't buy that they just put Martin Luther King up in there to replace this guy.
It's history.
Ridiculous.
It's history. You can't argue something you didn't even know, sir. You
Look, he got the civil rights bill passed.
and how is it right now? Explain to me right now the civil rights bill. You bruh. You do realize, hold on, wait. And you realize the audience can't hear you. So here's what we're going to do. Is this your number? I'm going to text you the link and I just need you to click it. Can you do that? Great. What? Bruh. This is what you have to. I don't believe they just put him up there. That could not have happened. Now I'm running late. Oh, the Civil Rights Bill. The Civil Rights Bill. That's what the and they did what and they redo and I don't believe they put him up there. This is the thing that I be talking about. Like everybody named mama, and y'all know I got places to be right now. Let me see. Oh, we got some super chats up in here. So let me get to those while we're waiting for him to click a link he don't know how to click. Let's see here. First of all, YGL with the $49.99 super chat said Democrats don't care about voting rights. They only care about us being political slaves because when you tell them we will exercise your right to vote for the opposite party. Yep, I appreciate that. Saw that one. Let me go down here. TAC Jock Zero with the $50 super chat. Appreciate you. Shun C7 says, if we're going to define ourselves, that includes calling all of our rights wrongs. Thank you, Dave. You're welcome. Finally, sir, unmute yourself.
What's up, bro?
I'm good. Now explain to me how I'm wrong.
Yo, you calling out what's wrong with the church.
How?
And you listen to me. And in actuality, you're not wrong because you're not wrong for what you're saying, but
okay.
you wrong and you're making a broad sweeping indictment.
Yeah. Let me explain something to you. Are you black?
Yes.
Am I black?
Yes.
Are you from Memphis?
Yes.
Okay. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, do you feel Memphis has the best ribs in America?
I don't know. I ain't been all over American tasting about it, so I can't speak from my experience.
From your experience, have you had better ribs outside of Memphis?
No.
Thank you. So you're generalizing. Now, I have lived in Kansas City. I've lived in North Carolina, South Carolina, Memphis, Nashville, Knoxville, Florida, North Carolina. So I've had all different types of ribs. And I haven't had them all because that would be ridiculous. You as an adult man who's 50 years old, just like me, can admit that there are no absolutes in the universe. But by and large, I have to admit that the best ribs I have ever had came from Memphis. Do you need to taste every rib in the world to not formulate an opinion?
Yes, I do. I would.
Yeah, you would. You'd never be able to form an opinion on anything then. That's like saying, if you, and I take it you are not
speak on nothing I ain't experienced. That's just how I roll.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing, right? I'm pretty sure you feel like, as a man who's not a virgin, you've probably had the best coochie in the world someplace. You've had the best coochie you've ever had. You haven't had every coochie because there's 4.3 billion of them. You're not going to sleep with 4.3 billion of them, but facts are the facts. You know good coochie from bad coochie. You ain't got to have all the coochie to know when coochie is whack and when it's not. So let's not play semantics, but I want to get to your point. Here's what it is, because I just typed this in and I'm going to share it so that I can see it. I just asked ChatGPT a very simple question. Didn't they replace Vernon Johns with MLK? Yes, basically. Vernon Johns was the pastor of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama, before MLK succeeded him in 1954 when King was only 25 years old. So let's see. Replace needs a little seasoning. Johns wasn't just politely swapped out like a church bulletin typo. He was brilliant, fiery, confrontational, and ahead of his time. He preached economic self-sufficiency, racial pride, and direct resistance before the civil rights movement had its national machinery. He also made many of the respectable church folks uncomfortable because respectability politics was always a strong immune system against actual courage. So the church moved on from John and brought in the bright, young, polished, and educated MLK. King became pastor at Dexter, and shortly after that, the Montgomery bus boycott launched him into national leadership. So yes, MLK followed Vernon Johns at the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, but historically, it is more accurate to say King succeeded John, not that John simply replaced him. Johns was the prophetic spark before the polished public frame. So how am I wrong? That's an independent. That's an independent.
My comment I was making was not about Dr. King.
Oh, okay, because
It
that's
was
what you
only about
started
the
off with
church.
on the phone.
It was only about the church.
Okay.
That was my only. I ain't got no defense for no man. I only got defense for the gospel.
Okay.
Because man is capable to do anything wrong. The word of God says, if any man say he be without sin, he make the word of God into a liar.
Amen.
So it's no person out here that is without sin. But what makes the difference is when a person know they do wrong, they seek God. So a lot of these churches out here, it's exactly what it's talking about in the Bible. So the Bible already speaks about in the end times, which we living in now, that people will no longer endure sound doctrine. People will get them pastors to preach what they want to hear. That's why you hear that's why you saying what you saying and you correct, because they got pastors to preach what they want to hear. Because but you refer to the Bible, the Bible don't indicate none of what they talking about.
Who is they?
The people in the people in most churches, not all churches, but most, because they doing what's in their heart, not what's God called them to do. So everything that you do in the church that you see that a person who don't go in the church can say it's wrong, you can find in the Bible. So they ain't living according to what God said how they should even live. Because I remember a time, we're the same age, where you come into somebody who go to church, you'll call them a holy roller because they ain't doing nothing nobody else doing. That don't even exist no more. I would say in the majority, but not for everybody. And the fake church gives the real church a bad name. And that's why when the world look at the church, like, what's wrong with y'all? They can see the church is in a state of shock. The church ain't the place where you can go and look to see righteousness. You know what I'm saying? But it's some people still out here, just like my comment I was saying, it's straight men still out here. Can't nobody look at no homosexual and say that's what y'all men has become. Just
Nobody's
like you can't
saying
look at
that.
the
You're being
and say
not
that's
all
what y'all saints
we can
have
talk
become.
about this all day. That's a ridiculous straw man argument. Here's the bottom line. This is from Black Enterprise, right? $12 billion to $13 billion a year going to Black church donations could be reinvested to buy hundreds of thousands of dollars in Black homes, send over 1 million Black students to college, and literally feed every Black homeless person for a number of years. But guess what? It hasn't happened. So if you divide 12 to 13 billion, all right, let's do some math. Since we like talking about, well, not all and blah. So let's just take 12 billion so we can be conservative, right? So that's 12 million, it's 120 million, that's 1.2 right, so that's 12 billion, right? And then we divide that by 52. Yeah, so that is $230,769,231 every single week. That's all we're talking about. Oh, if we divided that over what they make a year. How come the Black community's in shambles?
The church ain't set up to benefit the Black community. The church is set up to benefit God by spreading the gospel.
I'm sorry, are you a theologian? Where did you get your master's in divinity from?
There's no such thing. That don't exist.
There's no such thing as a master's in divinity?
No. If somebody said that, they made it up. There's no such thing. There's no such thing.
That's funny.
That's actually where you get your master's in divinity and being a man. You're like, what? What you mean? There's no such thing. It's somebody that's something made up. There's no such thing as master. You go get a master, then you still ain't gonna learn nothing.
Oh, okay, cool. So
the Bible say study to show yourself approved.
I know what you just. I'm an actual theologian,
what you just said. I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong. These churches out here is crooked.
So if I'm saying
person
churches
that's
is
right,
crooked, why are you defending them? Man, if you
no,
don't
no, no,
stop.
no, no, no. Not all churches is crooked. I'm only
There's
telling
no
you
such
what.
thing as all. There's no
Listen,
absolutes in the universe. You're
listen,
having a ridiculous argument, sir. There's no
listen.
such thing as all. That's not the point. The point is, if they're making millions of dollars every single week and our community is paying into it in order to make sure that God takes care, because Jesus took care of the poor, Jesus took care of the sick, Jesus took care of those. He said, how you care for the least of these. And the least of these, I've lived in 34 cities in 19 states. I can tell you that the majority of densely populated Black neighborhoods look like trash, but the church is pristine. The church has been set up to take care of the people, but they don't, because they are paid. And there are good churches and there are good pastors. I know plenty. However, when I look around, and you of all people being from Memphis, outside of Bill Street, you know Memphis is a shithole. Stop acting like it's not. Stop acting like there's not room for improvement, and stop acting like the church, by and large, is making Black people whole and we're out here thriving. Sir, you got to be bugging.
No, that's not my aim. My aim is what God say was supposed to be done.
Well, guess what? God said,
what God
my
said
sheep will, no,
done.
Jesus said, my sheep will hear my voice. God
and
said, touch ye my anointed.
And no other shall they follow.
And that's the problem. The problem is even Jesus understood, sir. Even Jesus understood that people wasn't going to listen. That does not stop the state of affairs. It does not stop what is actually happening. If you're telling me right now that Memphis is a thriving metroplex, and I know for a fact that it's not, if you're telling me that Buckhead is not doing what it needs to do, if you're telling me that North Philadelphia looks great right now, if you're telling me that Kensington does not look like The Walking Dead when they got meth heads all over the place, if you're telling me that the south side of Chicago is not riddled with bullets and illegals, you are delusional. And there's nothing worse than somebody who is heavenly minded and no earthly good, sir. So what are you talking about?
We saying two different things. I'm trying to explain to you what the Bible
I know what the Bible says. I'm a theologian, bro. I don't need a Bible explanation from somebody that has not preached.
Hold on. Let me tell you, because that's not saying I disagree with you, but what you saying is right. It's not what the Bible saying is right. But we still kind of on the same page. But let me elaborate.
In the world,
let me elaborate,
bro. Come on,
let me elaborate.
I need you to get to it, bro.
Understand what I'm saying.
I need you to get to it.
The Bible said the judgments that start at the house of God, and if the righteous are scarcely making it in, how shall the sinner ungodly? So look, these people that's robbing God, they ain't getting away with it.
That's not the point. Right now,
that's the point. Because
if you're not holding those people accountable, so what are you doing?
This money that you're talking about belongs to God. And the Bible said, shall a man rob God?
Yeah, y'all love that one because that's right before altar call.
They ain't no. Listen to what I'm telling you is,
bro. I need you to wrap it up, bro.
Coming for these people. The people that you're talking about, justice is coming for them.
Well, while you're waiting on the Lord, I'm doing what Peter did, bro. Sir,
just because about a Christian don't mean they can't go to hell,
sir. Let me explain something to you very quickly. Peter, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Paul wrote 75% of the New Testament. He said, "Judge not." But what he also said was, if you present yourself like you are a Christian, you have every right to judge somebody. So at the end of the day, there are people who need money. There are people who are sick and shut in. There are people who continue to give 10%, even though Jesus paid it all. And they still have nothing to show on the return of investment. You can shake your head all you want to, but facts are facts. I do appreciate your time. I do have to run. Thanks for being here, my man. But yeah, no, we're not doing that. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. These folks continue to talk this nonsensical BS that does not math out and it does not make any sense. But I'm gonna let y'all live. I gotta get ready to run. I gotta go see about my family. But tomorrow we're gonna have a phenomenal show. I appreciate y'all so much for being here. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all keep talking, but the church did this and not what the dirt did. I'm not turning people away from the church. I'm turning people to God. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there he is in the midst. And this is what I'm talking about. I'm not turning people away from the church. I'm holding the church to account. Period. That's what Jesus did. But y'all keep talking about y'all want to be Christ-like. Man, gone. Man, gone. I'm gonna need y'all to. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Did I wake up? Get your mind right. Real talk, no fluff, no sidelines. We outside, bring the truth to the sunrise. D.A.M.N, yeah, we coming at the right time. Dave Anderson, morning news. Like Hook Media. Morning media just got dangerous. Dangerous.